For legal reasons, this entire video is a joke, but it's a really funny joke, so you should watch the video anyway, okay? Let's begin. This is not a video essay. This is a conspiracy, and I intend to unravel it. If you look at a lot of memes, like I do, you've probably noticed an odd trend going around. Videos of supernatural or horrific events that are being posted everywhere online, all featuring captions involving the state of Ohio. As a resident of Ohio and a certified doctor in Homo civitas cryptozoology, I would like to propose a question to all of you. Rather than wondering what all of these strange, anomalous Ohio sightings are caused by, we should instead be asking what's really important to know. Why is Ohio being haunted by gay frogs? Exhibit A, the Cryptid of Ohio, also known as the Loveland Frog. According to the known lore surrounding this cryptid, the Loveland Frog is a legendary humanoid frog that was, allegedly, spotted in Loveland, Ohio. This cryptid is also known as the Loveland Frogman or the Loveland Lizard. It is described to be roughly 4 feet tall, and this is an artistic rendering of the creature itself. The creature was first sighted by a businessman or a traveling salesman driving along an unnamed road late at night in 1955, with some versions of the story specifying the month of May. In one story, the driver was heading out of the Branch Hill neighborhood when he spotted 3 figures standing on their hind legs along the side of the road, each 3 to 4 feet in height, with leathery skin and frog faces. In other versions of the story, the creatures were spotted under or over a poorly lit bridge, and one held out a wand over its head that fired a spray of sparks. Remember that spark-shooting wand, it's going to be super important later. Professor Edgar Slotkin, who worked in the University of Cincinnati, compared the Loveland Frog to Paul Bunyan, saying that stories about it have been passed down for several decades and that sightings and reports seem to come in predictable cycles. In 1972, the Loveland Frog gained renewed attention when a Loveland police officer told a colleague that he had seen an animal with an appearance that matched the descriptions of the Frogman. Unfortunately, a reported sighting in 2016 brought this claim into doubt, when the same colleague claimed he killed the creature spotted in 1972, which was revealed to be only a large iguana missing its tail. But I don't buy it. I refuse. There has to be more to this cover-up story that we've yet to discover. It may seem unrelated, but hear me out. Because the way that frogs are represented in social media is actually connected to these cryptid sightings and legends. For instance, have you ever noticed a pattern with how frogs are shown online? They're presented as queer icons to the LGBTQ+ community. You know what else is worshipped as a queer icon? That's right, cryptids. Mothman, Bigfoot, Nessie, aliens, they're all monsters that we have reclaimed as queer icons. For more information, see my last video about that topic. Frogs are practically the same thing. On October 16, 2015, the Alex Jones YouTube channel uploaded a video called Alex Jones, the Gay Bomb Rant. The video presented a very, very angry man going on a tirade about how chemicals in the water were turning frogs gay. So, you know, he was spitting facts. Rather than take this as an insult, the LGBTQ community took it in stride. On May 18, 2016, YouTuber Todd Dracula uploaded a compilation of Alex Jones clips, including the Gay Frogs rant. Not too long after that, on June 22, 2017, YouTuber Placeboing, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say your name. YouTuber Placeboing posted a musical mashup of these clips that turned the homophobic rant of Alex Jones into a Sparta remix. If you're not old enough to know what a Spartic remix is, I don't know what to tell you. Not only did this remix immediately become a very popular meme on social media, but it also wound up being a song that queer people would joke about and play together. Take one look at the video's comment section and you'll immediately see what I mean. But wait a minute. Does this mean that the LGBTQ+ community has a history of going against their homophobic peers by reclaiming iconic imagery or characters that have been previously used against them? Well, yes, that's exactly what that means, but that's not nearly as funny as making a conspiracy theory about it. For you see, the frogs in all of these memes and pride flags aren't normal frogs, they're Loveland frogs. They're cryptids, just like all the other queer icons that have been reclaimed by the community in the past. How do you kids like that for a good plot twist? Look at all of my evidence. I'm a doctor, I'm your dad, and I totally know what I'm talking about. Since I'm a certified doctor of Homo civitas cryptozoology, I can confirm that Loveland frogs fit that category to a T. And since Loveland frogs are only described as tall frogs that stand on their hind legs, we don't know exactly what they look like. These frogs could be Loveland frogs. They are Loveland frogs. I rest my case, goddammit. How does the state of Ohio come into this? You fools. You absolute fools. The answer has been right in front of us for years and we've all been blind to see it. Until now. Loveland frogs are the cryptid of Ohio, so it makes sense that they live there, but that doesn't explain all of the strange events we see depicted in memes or TikTok videos. However, the presentation of frogs in the variety of folklore does. In folklore, frogs are frequently known for having a variety of magical properties, such as helping predict the weather or bringing good luck. For this portion of the video, I referenced an article about the subject on learnregions.com, and the website was very informative. I highly recommend it, and I'll probably use it for future videos as well. But yeah. Magic frogs. There are too many legends to count, but I want to cover as many as I can right now. In parts of Appalachia, it is believed that if you hear a frog croaking exactly at midnight, it means rain is on the way. Not me rain, I mean like the weather from the sky. You get it, you get the point. However, in some societies, it's actually the opposite. Frogs croaking during the day indicate coming storms. There's also an old British legend that carrying a dried frog in a pouch around your neck will prevent epileptic seizures, for some reason. In some rural areas, it's just the frog's liver that gets dried and worn. Live frogs appear in a number of folk cures too. It is believed that putting a live frog in your mouth will cure thrush, and that swallowing live frogs can cure whooping cough and tuberculosis. Rubbing a live frog or toad on a wart will cure the wart, but only if you impale the frog on a tree and let him die. Very fun. Some cultures believe that a frog coming into your house brings good fortune, while others say it's bad luck. The Xhosa tribe, I'm so sorry for butchering your name, says that a frog in your house might be carrying a spell or a curse. Either way, it's usually considered a bad idea to kill a frog. The Maori people, again, I'm so sorry, I cannot pronounce any words, I'm a stupid little English boy. The Maori people believe that killing a frog can bring floods and heavy rains, but some African tribes say that the death of a frog will bring drought. For the ancient Egyptians, the frog-headed goddess Heqet was a symbol of fertility and birth. If you wish to conceive, touch a frog. The association of the frog with fertility actually has a relevant root in science and in history. Each year, when the Nile River flooded its banks, frogs were everywhere. The annual flooding of the delta meant rich soil and strong crops, so the croaking of millions of frogs may well have been an indicator that farmers would have an abundant season. I could go on and on about all of the different magical properties of frogs in different cultures, but I think you get the point. Frogs can change the weather. Frogs can affect probability. Frogs can cast curses or spells. Frogs can cause floods. Frogs can cause droughts, frogs can cure illnesses, and frogs can even help mothers give birth. If we look at all of these legends alongside one another, it would be undeniably clear that frogs have so much power to influence the world around them, that these magical properties are almost equivalent to the abilities of a god. So, for instance, it could probably explain the events of strange stuff happening in the sky, animals or people behaving unusually, anomalous weather patterns, and much, much more. Does that sound familiar to you at all? Yes, it does. So you may know what I'm about to say next. I hypothesize that most of the strange events like this we see in memes about Ohio have been the results of magic from the Loveland frogs. While the magic of frogs in other cultures only has small side effects on nature, the Loveland frogs are bigger and more developed, so their magic would probably have more drastic effects as well. Don't believe me? Allow me to point out a little variant of the Loveland frog story we mentioned earlier. Remember that spark-shooting wand? Magic being possessed by a creature's body is one thing, but having a conduit to harness that power and focus it into a more condensed spell is completely different. Loveland frogs are using these wands to turn their magic, which would previously only change the weather or affect probability, and focus it more into reality-bending spells, some of which are capable of changing other living organisms in large areas of land. All of the monsters you see in these memes about Ohio are actually creatures that were created by Loveland frogs, changed from their original state, and heavily mutated beyond what mankind was ever meant to perceive. Any other cryptid sightings in Ohio are simply results of a power dynamic between cryptids that we don't yet have the research to understand. For instance, the Fresno Nightcrawlers aren't native to Ohio, but they could be visiting the state because they're drawn to the anomalous entities and events created by the Loveland frogs. In conclusion, Loveland frogs are cryptids, gay cryptids, and they're haunting Ohio. I've basically just turned this meme into a film theory video, so yeah. Kids, don't try to tape 2 pairs of glasses together at home. It is surprisingly difficult to get those 2 pairs of glasses apart. Now that the conspiracy goggles are off, I'm feeling a lot better. And I have a lot of tape on my hands. With all of that being said, you're probably confused about why I decided to make such a random video out of the blue, especially since it's way shorter than my usual content. Well, the answer to your spooky question is, I'm going back to Ohio for winter break, and I won't be returning to college until next year. So take a nice long look at my college dorm room, because you probably won't be seeing it for like 2 months. I'll still be uploading a lot of videos for Welcome to Dreamworld. You might see the 2nd episode of Spellmania before the end of the year, although that's pretty unlikely. And I'll be posting the Heroes of Destiny comic on my website. There will usually be Loop SMP live streams on Saturdays, and I'll be posting random video essays or deep dives in between all of my project stuff. Not that much is changing. This announcement wasn't really necessary, but I just wanted to take some time to tell you about my plans and express how thankful I am to my audience. In the last few months, I have gained a lot of new subscribers. Welcome to the army. And it has given me the freedom to talk about a lot of stuff I'm very passionate about in these little video essays. At the time of recording this video, I have over 81,000 subscribers. That's a lot. It's also shockingly close to my goal, which is to reach 100,000 before the end of 2022. If I reach that goal, I will be making that massive Mothman retrospective to celebrate, so I'm pretty excited. Thank you all so much for your support on YouTube and especially on Patreon. It helps me fund all of these videos and it gives me the resources I need to create more awesome content for all of y'all to enjoy. I literally love all of the fan art you've been sending me. I cannot express how happy it makes me. I mean, if you couldn't tell already from the giant wall of fan art. This isn't all of it, by the way. I still need to print out more because now there's Spellmania fan art I want to add to the wall. Because right now I only have Loop SMP, Welcome to Dreamworld, and Heroes of Destiny. And there is way more fan art I need to print out and hang up next quarter when I get back to school. If you watch these videos, I'm your dad, and I'm hanging all of your fan art in my office like a proud father putting up drawings on a fridge. I love it. Thank you. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, I hope you all have a splendid evening, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.